Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a short video. To those of you who are worrying, no, the crocodile video that you guys voted on is still coming out. This is just a quick short video I wanted to do for the weekend. And since I really like Ben 10, I wanted it to be Ben 10 themed. And one of the most fascinating concepts in Ben 10, for me at least, is the Nemetrix. Nemetrix is a watch which allows the wielder to turn into the predator of Ben's aliens. And I decided to do a quick tier list of these Nemetrix transformations based on how good they are at hunting the alien they are supposed to be hunting. So, without further ado, let's look into it. First and foremost, it is Crabdozer. Now, this is the first Nemetrix transformation we see, and it is supposed to be the natural predator of Heat Blast or Pyronites. Right off the bat, I had problems with this design. The reason for that is while this creature is immune to Heat Blast's fiery attacks, Heat Blast can fly. This thing can't, and this thing isn't very stealthy either. So this thing will have a rather difficult time sneaking up on Heat Blast and actually being able to catch onto one. Now, granted, predators don't always have to catch on to prey, like outspeed them. Sometimes they can ambush, but the way this thing is built, this thing looks more like a prey itself. It's built like a rhino, which usually are prey animals, very defensive prey animals, but prey animals. So, due to that logic, I cannot rank this any higher than C tier, because while it is somewhat immune to the main attack of their prey, this does not have any special abilities to hunt these aliens. Okay, next up is the Weistopus, the natural predator of cerebrocrustaceans or brainstorm species. Similar to the Crabdozer, this thing is just an inferior version. Because, yes, this is resistant to electricity, but that's not the main power of the cerebrocrustacean or brainstorm species. Their main power is their intelligence, and this particular creature does nothing to counter that. It does not attack them for their intelligence. This thing is just a creature that is immune to electricity somewhat, and that's about it. Nothing more. So, I would say this is like a worse version of the Crabdozer. Now, next up is the Omnivoracious, which is the natural predator of the species Galvan or gray matter. Now, this is, I would say, even a downgrade from Weistopus, because at least Weistopus and Crabdozer had somewhat of an immunity to the main attack of the prey animal. Galvans are just smart toads. They're basically like toads that are really, really smart. And this thing doesn't have any special adaptations to hunt them. So it doesn't have any anti-intelligence based adaptations, nor is this thing super intelligent itself. So due to that, I think a Galvan on screen have been shown to pretty easily like take care of this thing. So I can tell with full confidence this is an F tier creature. Like this wasn't a good design. Now let's look at this one. The bug lizard. Yes, that is the official name. And this is the natural predator of stinkfly or the lepidopteran, which is a crazy name for a creature that looks like a bug. Well, to name it like a butterfly, even though it didn't look like a butterfly. But anyways, moving from that point, this one is good. This is like what I would call satisfactory designs. This thing was immune to the sticky, gooey things stink flies usually shoot, so they can emit a gas that melts it, already making it way more effective than these three things. Secondly, these things are really agile. Like they can jump around like a cat, and that allows them to ambush flying prey animals like stinkfly. So, with that in mind, I can comfortably put this in B tier. However, this thing can also be a predator to multiple other aliens like Crashhopper. Even though we do see Crashhopper like beating this thing, not beating, but essentially kicking this thing, still it was a situational advantage, and the fact that this thing can crawl onto vertical surfaces is a huge plus. So I think with all of that, we can definitely push this to A tier. Okay, next up, I love this thing. People who know me, they know that I love sandworms, any kind. This is one of my favorite sandworm designs. Look how cool this thing is. And you know the best part? The thing it's supposed to hunt, the armadillo, it's perfectly adapted to hunt those. Like, it is a perfect counter to armadillos because armadillos can drill, and the way the slamworm's armor works is they're immune to the attacks of the armadillo. Not only this, they're also completely immune to the vibration based attacks the armadillo can send into the ground. So they're completely immune to that. These things can also swim through rock much faster than armadillos can, which means plenty of ambush opportunities, plenty of ways to just sneak up on them and catch up to them. Not only this, this thing can also serve as a predator to pretty much any armored creature. So, like Cannonbolt, any of Ben's physical aliens. So, I think this definitely goes in S tier. This is a great alien design. I love this. Okay, next up is probably the most popular one, and that is the Tyrannopede. Now, here's the thing. Tyrannopede is supposed to be the predator of Vaxosaurians or Humongosaurs. And while Tyrannopede is a decent chunk bigger than the Humongosaur, this thing is mid. Why? Because Humongosaurs can grow in size. What is to stop the Humongosaur from just growing to the same size as this thing and beating it up? So that there's nothing much there. Now, granted, there's a web ability that this thing can project from its horn. However, I don't see how exactly that is useful against a creature that can grow massive and punch. If they had some ability to maybe counter that, it would be good. Other than that, there is not much else to say. this thing is just a very big armored T-Rex centipede thing, which is really cool because I really like T-Rexes. This thing has a sick design. Like, the design of this thing is just so cool, dude. The black and the red, oh my goodness, it's beautiful. So that gives it some points, but its own abilities when it comes to taking on something like a Vaxosaurian was not really that good. So due to that, I have to put it at B tier. Okay, next up we have the mucilage, the natural predator of Crash Hopper. Now, Crash Hoppers have the ability to hop at incredible distances and at incredible speeds. The way this mucilage counters that is with these pink sticky pads into which the Crash Hoppers, which are not careful, can get stuck into. And I think that's a great ability. Like, it's a perfect counter to the Crash Hopper species. However, Crash Hopper species are very explosive. So unless one of them is directly like landing towards this thing, they will have to rely heavily on ambush, setting themselves in the right position to get jumped on by a Crash Hopper. So that should take away some points. Now, if they spec'd into something like a chameleon's tongue, which could, be launched from their mouths and grab the alien to bring them in, I could rank them much higher. But as of now, they are in the same tier as Tyrannopede. Okay, next up is the Peninsuin, the big kitty, and it is supposed to be the predator of Ditto. Now, Ditto is an interesting species. It can self-replicate, and nothing much else about it. This thing also has self-replication, and this is a giant cat. So it has like big teeth which can, kill them. So pretty solid design. I like the design quite a bit. Now, when it comes to Ultimate Peninsulan, this is what I have a problem with. This thing is a lame design, okay? Just a few like armor, spikes, edgy design, and it loses the ability for self-duplication. So it's very mid. I would even not hesitate to put this at D tier. This is a very mid design. There's nothing special about it. Now, this thing is the GOAT. This thing is the best predator alien in my opinion. This is the Hypnotic. And this already, like, the animal it hunts is a Necrophrygian, which is a creature that can turn intangible and can freeze others, which is so overpowered. The fact that this thing hunts them is just insane. Now, the great thing about them is, just like a Necrophrygian, they can fly, they can also turn intangible, and they can use hypnosis to lure their prey in. All in all, this is like there's no way a big chill is escaping this thing. Like Ben needs to do something else to actually fight them. So I would say this is definitely one of the best designs up there when it comes to a species that is a predator. Like, already Big Chill is one of the most powerful aliens Ben has. The predator of Big Chill that is successful and beats Big Chill 10 out of 10 definitely deserves S tier. Every ability about this thing is just perfect. Hypnosis, intangibility, flight, perfect balance. However, there's one creature that has outdid this thing because of how good this thing is, and that is the Tarantula, the best of the best. This thing, right? This is the predator of ball weevil. This thing has an ability to spit electrical webbing from its mouth, and it is so creative with the usage of it, it's insane. It can use these webs to completely dissolve any of the explosive balls the ball weevils throw at him. Not only this, these webs can also be shot out and catch ball weevil mid-air, restrain them to the ground as this thing, stabs it with its long legs and fangs and stuff. Not only this, this thing can also wear its electrical web on its body, making it have electric armor. And it is so successful that canonically it has defeated prey animals that it's not supposed to defeat. This thing has defeated stinkfly. Like, it has a better winning record against stinkfly than stinkfly's own predator, the bug lizard. That deserves praise. Come on. Like, this is definitely an S tier. Like, I think that's a pretty accurate list. Yes, mostly bugs ended up at the top list, but the bug aliens are so good. Like, they're so perfectly designed. Let me know if you guys agree with it. Let me know if you guys want to see more Ben 10 content from me. Maybe an alien list or something. And like, share, comment down below what should I do for my 100 subscriber videos, because you guys haven't let me know yet. And as always,